feisty. His name is Skoshi, which is Japanese for small. Have you ever heard people, you know, it never dawned on me until years after I had started volunteering here, that my mother used to say, well, move over, Skosh. Or, you know, and you know, finally dawned on me, and I say that too. But he is rather small. In the raptor world, males are usually smaller in most cases than females anyway, but he's especially small. And he has an interesting story behind him, and as I walk around with him, I'm going to ask you to take just one step back from the rail. If you want to take pictures, you certainly can. It doesn't bother them. Have you seen a bird like this before, Sir John?
Well, around the home these days,
Yes.
they seem to be everywhere.
Yeah, they are very, very common. Most common hawk, especially in this neck of the woods, and pretty much all over the country. I want to see if you notice anything particularly different about this bird as I walk around with him. Anybody notice anything? The left wing. He did come in with a left wing injury, but there's actually another.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes a little hard to see. Those of you, if you don't get good pictures, if you'll hang around after the show, we can get some better pictures. Skoshi's left eye is smaller than his right, and more than likely he was born that way, and we think that he's pretty much blind in that eye. So he didn't have vision on that side of him, and so probably when he went to land, or maybe even flying, he probably banged that left wing into a branch or a tree trunk or something of that nature. He is extremely vocal. He's got a great personality. We all are very, very fond of him.
So that illustrates the point that all of these birds are completely unreleasable.
That is correct.
That is the only reason why they're still here. If they're releasable, they're kept in a separate area so they don't get familiar with people and think of them as food opportunities.
That is absolutely correct. And plus, you don't want them to become habituated, less afraid of humans than would be safe for them. In fact, we have several birds here that were raised illegally by humans, either found as babies, had fallen out of the nest, or maybe found on the side of the road. And instead of taking those birds to a rehabber who would have known the proper way to bring that bird back to health and let it go, they kept it. And in some cases, they fed it the wrong diet. In other cases, the bird was so young it became imprinted. Do you know what imprinted is? Does everybody know what that is? There's a small window where a bird opens its eyes, and whatever is in front of it becomes forevermore its imprint of itself. And therefore, if it were released, which a lot of them were, it has no way of hunting. It wasn't trained by its parents to hunt. It would end up going to a human looking for food. That's why when you see the specials on PBS, you see people using puppets, which we do, camouflage, that sort of thing, to get them to the age where they can go out in cages with surrogate parents. That way they can go into the wild knowing themselves as what they are, being able to relate to their own species, mate, hunt, and so forth. Any questions about Skoshi or red tails in general?